That loser on the text, yeah.
I think I've always struggled with really understanding the adaptive part of me. Because I'm a partially sighted person, it's really easy to put a lot of effort into just trying to fit in with everyone else. A lot of my friends didn't know that I was blind.
Come on, nice.
I didn't want anyone to say, you shouldn't be climbing, this isn't safe. And so I didn't tell anyone for the longest time.
There were times on bad days where I don't know how I'm going to get through this.
In some ways it's like looking in a mirror, right? Because I'm watching him go through the things that I went through, and I've been one-legged for 17 years at the point that I met Gavin. I didn't have a lot of other people to look to for advice.
The only time that we would all travel from across the country to be in the same place together was for competitions. They're stressful, there was winning and losing on the line.
We really just needed a space where we could all come together and share our love of climbing and our community together.
And it was actually after one of these competitions that a bunch of us decided to go on an outdoor climbing trip after.
And when we're sitting in this hot tub post at bouldering event, we're like, you know, why do we do this? We should just do the part that we love.
Sitting there in the hot tub and we're like, hey, we should like make an event where we do this with everybody, like not just with the people that are in our close circle.
What if we just got together and climb?
Adaptive Climbers Fest was born, was out of that one hot tub night in St. George when we were just out on a climbing trip.
Our first year we had 30 people. I think we maybe had a flyer.
This is year number 4, so it's really wild to see how far it's come. I think so.
ACF is different than other climbing events because this is run and designed by the community. We're kind of giving the disabled climbing community exactly what they want because we are them.
I didn't necessarily find a reason to come here. A friend and close mentor of mine who I run a business with assigned me to come to the Adaptive Climb Festival and bring our skills board. And I think he knew that I needed this and that I needed to find that community. It helped take the stress out of it because it wasn't me accepting that I was disabled just yet. It was me going and helping at an event.
This is my second time coming. Really, it was just because Jono like kind of made me.
I was blown away last year when I came. I didn't know exactly what I was coming to. I lost my leg when I was 15 and I didn't really have other amputee friends or other friends with disabilities. And it was something that I also kind of shied away from because I was a teenager and I wanted to fit in and just pretend that I was normal.
I met Jono at the climbing gym 4 weeks after my amputation. I was getting out of the Marine Corps and climbing was easier than walking.
I saw this guy bouldering in the bouldering cave.
And then Jono just like comes out of nowhere and like, hey, nice leg, dude.
And then we quickly became fast friends.
There's these very sanitary experiences with providing assistance to people with disabilities to give them access to climbing.
I go to a lot of able-bodied climbing festivals in my job, and I see that, hey, there's a Learn to Lead clinic here, and they're allowed to fall. But no adaptive event I've been to are disabled humans allowed to fall on lead. It's like, no, it's too dangerous, you can't do it. And I'm like, we deserve to have the same risks and exposure as able-bodied people. And so that was where I think the genesis for this really caught on. We realized that there was this space to push yourself and to really challenge yourself that needs to be filled. We want to create climbers. We don't just want to like take people climbing.
When I first got diagnosed with MS, I felt so weak and I felt like so helpless and there was nothing I could do. My body was fighting me. But when I'm on the wall, all that's gone. It kind of helps me to escape my headspace. I heard about paraclimbing, so I went to nationals, saw this crazy group of people and was like, these people are kind of like my people, and I didn't know I needed my people. We are all brought together by one thing here, and that's climbing.
We'll just get to hang out and go try really hard at the crag with people who know what it feels like to have to try hard at the crag with one hand. You can just show up and have this be your first outdoor experience, and they're going to do everything they can to make you feel super welcome and at home.
I understood very early on, like, no, this is a very different group than I thought. Everyone is very capable and independent, and they just love to rock climb.
It ends up being so much bigger than just the actual act of rock climbing and getting together with, our friends, but I feel like I get to take some of the best parts of like what's ever happened to me and like make that happen for everybody else.
Like Muir Valley stepping up as a climbing location and allowing us to do things like drive participants to the valley floor and then partner with search and rescue and drive them up to the crags so that people with significant mobility challenges can get to crags that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get to.
Can really take those barriers and bring them down to a sizable level for people. Like seemingly is a simple act. And this is where Maureen would make fun of me. But you just have no idea like how far that goes.
My name is Beck, and I am here with my good pal Ronnie Dickson.
ACF work. This is today's to-do list for ACF. We're almost through the list.
Not many people in the world, I think, get to create something awesome with some of their best friends.
This is this place that is meaningful in a different way to every person. This place has changed people's lives.
Hopefully we're like this pebble in the ripple, and now the ripple's growing. Because in addition maybe to learning how to tie knots, maybe they got some confidence that I know I didn't have when I was a younger kid with disability.
It was genuinely life-changing. Now it's like something that I look forward to every year for sure. There's so much that the doctors don't tell you, the prosthetists don't tell you, that only other amputees can tell you.
It's like when everyone's different, no one's different. I've found so much growth coming out of this event and acceptance. And it felt like this great weight was lifted, but also like I had opened a new door or like a side of myself that I always left behind.
I think it's one of those things that we've all kind of experienced where we go climbing in our local climbing gyms, we go to our local crags, and we have this experience of being the only and being the other, having people watch us and look at us and ask us weird questions, and being able to come to a space like this and talk with other people, be with other people that just completely understand us in a way that other people can't. There's just a very, very special bond between everybody here.